From the day I was born, I've basically been fat. I became 110 kilos after I started working out when I became 16 and got to my fattest ever at 19 and then got to my leanest ever at 20. The point is, throughout the years, I've jumped up and down and was a fat kid, and I've learned that there are a couple of differences between being fat as a kid or fit as a kid in the way that you see fat loss happening. But one thing is certain, fat loss is difficult and you've just got to sit down and do the effing work. Now, you probably already know this, but being fat kinda sucks. However, it's very easy to get comfortable in the fat, especially if you've never been fit before. You don't know what it's like on the other side of that massive hurdle that you're currently trying to get over, or wishing that you could even begin trying to get over. I get it, man. You have to deal with the mentality of being fat, looking at yourself in the mirror, hating every single drop of fat and sweat and movement that comes from you. You get to grab your sides and you really get to hate yourself then, because that is a very physical representation of the thing that is absolutely destroying any self-worth or any self-confidence or anything nice that you might be feeling. And so in order to feel a little bit better, you have a burger. And then you just get more fat because the burger only helps you in that one little moment, but over a prolonged period of time, yeah, you just hate yourself more. And don't even get me started on the woman problem. If you're a guy like me and you're like women, well, guess what? Being fat doesn't help. That they might say it helps, but it doesn't, because you don't have the confidence. If you had the confidence when you're fat, then maybe it would help. You don't. And you know what would help? If you got thin. No, wrong. If you got healthy, muscular, sexy. Like the sex appeal that I know that you're hiding under all of those roles. Look, being fat sucks. I get it, right? Walking up one flight of stairs and being gassed out, and then not even knowing that there is an alternative version of you that walks up 10 flights of stairs and doesn't feel a thing, that's able to run more than 100 meters without wheezing for breath. But that version of you does exist. You've either just forgotten about them or you've never experienced what it's like to be in that state. So I'm here to tell you that unlike most things, once you get over this very large hurdle, it's worth it. On the other side of being fat is like gold. The grass is definitely greener here, and there is only one way to get here, and that is through movement, and that is through eating less and eating the correct things. But sadly, we aren't all blessed with immortality the same way I am. So you're decaying. You're getting older, man. You're losing. You're wasting your time. You can't be fat forever. You're actually going to be fat for less time than if you were slim or healthy right now. The difference is massive in years. And before you start thinking that you're going to lose it all when you're older and you're just going to be fat and you're going to be decaying even faster or everything's going to hurt, well, when you're older, you're not meant to hurt. However, being fat right now, later, or when you're older, is definitely going to be a detriment to your health. And you don't have the time to experience the height of your full physical prowess if all you're doing right now is eating burgers and feeling sorry for yourself and feeling like crap. Losing the weight isn't for anybody else's benefit. The only person that majorly benefits from this is you. You gotta want it more than anything else, because across the board, it changes the entire game for you. Life becomes brighter, but you only have a limited time to do this. As you get older, it gets more and more difficult to lose the fat. You stay in the habits that you currently have that have gotten you to this place in the first place, and your skin loses its elasticity. Your muscles begin to atrophy, and that's why you need to start strength training so that you can increase your metabolism, so that you can age gracefully. You need to start eating correct so that your hormones are optimized for the fat loss, so that you look good, and so that you can actually reap the benefits when you're younger, when you can use those benefits to your advantage. But even if you aren't on the younger side of things, the best time to start was then. The second best time to start is now. That stands true for absolutely everybody. Just because you're 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, or even 100 doesn't mean that you can't start with 1 kilogram dumbbells or 10,000 steps every single day, or eating healthily and correctly. But if you've gotten to 100, you're probably already doing the eating part very well. And it's not just that you're going to feel better and you're going to feel more confident and you're going to look better and you're going to age more gracefully, but your motivation is going to go up. With your hormones balancing, your motivation will go up, which will mean that your inspiration will go up, which will mean that in time you'll become more disciplined, which will probably also mean that your ambition is going to go up. And with all of these things working like one well-oiled cog, you're going to start earning more money and living the life that you actually want to live instead of the life that life has currently placed you in. But it all starts from two simple changes. Eat correctly, move more, and move correctly. Eat and move. Two simple changes. So I can already hear you asking, how do I do that, Momcho? Well, it's actually very simple. You first have to be in a caloric deficit. Now, I'm not going to go into explaining. There are plenty of videos. Lord knows I've done plenty on calorie deficits myself. You can go check out one of my videos. You can go check out one of the myriad videos on YouTube for how to count calories. But you need to be in a calorie deficit, aka you need to eat less calories than you use in a day. Number two, in order to make that easier and in order to make movement easier, you need to make some lifestyle changes. Start going for the 50% fat cheese instead of the full fat cheese. You'll still eat the amount of cheese that you want in volume, but you'll get half the calories, and so you'll be burning fat without even trying. Then go into the gym. Though realistically, if you just do movement at any given time in the day and it's substantial enough, who the hell cares? 10,000 steps is one habit change you can also make in order to hit this and the previous point of lifestyle changes. 20 push-ups throughout the day every 2 hours is going to accumulate to 100 push-ups very quickly. Same with squats, same with sit-ups, and everything else you can do in between in your home. Losing fat isn't particularly hard, but it does require dedication and it does require your priorities being in the correct place. So that being said, good luck my friends, and I hope you start tomorrow. If you need some help, check out the link in the description, and I'll see you next time.